Check. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and sickos, to the Little Nugget Show, the soon-to-be second-best Denver Nuggets post-game show. After our favorite, I don't want to say a close second, but we got to start somewhere. But after our favorite post-game show, the DMVR guys, the one brought to us by them, tonight was a tough one. My wife had to text me because I was being so loud. She had to go to bed. So I'm like down here on the other side of the house in the basement with all the doors closed, and the Lakers, wouldn't you know it, they just come into town and steal one? Tonight. Oh, there's something when you're somebody's daddy for so long and you get beat basically by your child, it's tough to take that L as the dad. Speaking from experience, my son is now an 8th grader. I'm not saying that he's beating me yet, but it's just a matter of time. And how great were the last few years with the Nuggets just owning them. I mean, the Nuggets owning the Lakers. It was just the greatest thing ever. And now they won 2 out of the last 10. That's terrible. So tonight we can talk about, what makes this show great is that you can join. You can comment. The audience is small. Where is it at? So whatever you say gets through, and we can talk about any and everything that you want. So this is a show for the people. Not that DMVR isn't. They're an awesome show. Matter of fact, I wasn't even going to do a show. Even though I've committed as a New Year's resolution to doing a live stream every single day, whether on this channel or my other channel, if you're interested in growing cannabis. The Flacco Watts, or the Grow Show by Flacco Watts. This one is the Little Nugget Show, where we mine golden little nuggets of wisdom and insight from the Denver Nuggets basketball team down here in the gold mine, which I also call my basement, for various reasons. Anyway, I wasn't even going to do a show until I saw D-Line on the DMVR. I did not watch the watch-along, and I got a 30-minute late start on the post-game show, but I listen at 1.5 speed while I write down a few notes and enjoy it. And when I saw D-Line, I was like, you know what? Misery loves company. Maybe I should jump on. I just like his attitude. Not that he's miserable. Just has the best takes, in my opinion. Nothing against the other guys because they're all good in their own right. But hey, Jamal Murray's my favorite player, even though tonight, this is my only icon jersey. For those of you that don't know. Dude, what's up with my tongue tripping over itself? Looks like Peyton Watson. The icon jersey is the blue one. The association jersey is the white. And we've talked about jerseys ad nauseum. We can talk about that later too if you'd like. Let me know. In the meantime, the key points, I will say. I should come up with the nuggets of wisdom. The nuggets of insight are not that hard to see. The rebounding woes, missed shots in the paint, getting cooked in transition, and the no-dip assassin, as I coined the term a couple of shows ago, Tim Hardaway Jr., the no-dip assassin, unfortunately showed up with no ammo and was unable to snipe any shots. What did he go? 0 for 8, I think, from 3-point. And honestly, he makes a few of those, and I think we easily win the game. But they got the word was out on Tim Hardaway. You could tell by the way they were guarding him, and his shots weren't as, he takes crazy shots anyway, but I don't think they were as good as they normally are, and he was off, and that sometimes happens. So I hope to see, we should explore the Yeah, we should explore the schedule and see what's going to go on next. But in terms of rebounding, I mean, if you got the league's leading rebounder on the bench injured, and then your second best rebounder physically on the bench next to him, and then you got guys with brick hands like Deron Holmes, and I mean, Zeke Naji has such a potential, and we saw it. That's what's so frustrating is we saw the potential from Zeke Naji. And I mean, you even saw it tonight. He was just like, "Hey, wait, I gotta hand it off. I gotta pass it to somebody. Nobody's taking the ball. Oh, I'll just drive to the basket and put it in. Yo, why don't you do that every fucking time?" Like I've said in the past, Zeke Naji is a dog that doesn't realize he can jump out of the backyard. And a few days ago, he did jump out of the backyard. And then he was like, "Oh shit, I can do it." So we let the dog out, and he cooked. What was it, 14 points or 18 points or something like that? And ever since then, he's a timid little dog that wants to be back in the yard. Who else was trying to rebound? I'm trying to think. I mean, AG was helpful. AG was scoring, but AG also looks, and he has for the last couple of years, looks, I don't want to say slow, but just like his legs are struggling. And I got to find out. If I ever get to talk to these guys, I'm going to say, are they allowing you guys to take peptide therapy or stem cell therapy? Can you do it in the off season or what? Because I'm 50 years old and I play. Matter of fact, we had practice tonight with the little middle schoolers that I coach, and probably did a little half-hour scrimmage, coaching scrimmage I call it, where I can stop the play at any moment and you have to freeze, and then we discuss. But the bottom line is, if you're the biggest person there, it's so much easier to rebound. Like I remember in high school, I'm only 6 feet, so I'm not a big guy, and I was never ever thinking about, you get your handful of rebounds, but you're not the big bruiser inside getting rebounds. But when everybody else is 5 foot to 5'8" maybe, and you just got that little extra reach, you're a little bit bigger, it's pretty easy to get the rebounds. So that's what's happening to the Nuggets. They are basically JV getting beat by varsity, especially in the paint. More so in the paint. But how beautiful was the first half? Oh my goodness. This is why I'm here to vent this out, because that first half was unbelievable. I wish I could play. I wonder if I could play a clip from the game. I'm going to need to learn how to do that. The MVR does not do that, so they probably can't. But this is not monetized, obviously, because I'm a cannabis channel, so they demonetize you. But to watch that sequence at the end of that, what was it? AG hits a alley-oop, boom. Peyton, there was something else that happened, a steal or something. Peyton gets a three, the top of the key. Love it. And then Spencer taking the charge from LeBron. Oh my God, I'm surprised Spencer's ribs aren't broken. He got hammered. And then Jamal Murray burying the over half court three-pointer to end the first half. And it was a beautiful first half. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have much time to relish in it because I was behind, so I skipped 15 minutes ahead. I can't stand to watch a commercial, and then wouldn't you know it, the third quarter starts and they go on a 13-0 run, I think the Lakers do. What the fuck? Like, why is it that why are the Broncos? I'll tell you when I knew they were going to lose. And it's crazy because this is in the peak of right around halftime. Maybe that stuff had just happened. I'm eating an avocado. And I'm superstitious, as we know. Apparently, I was like, last show, I'm like, I'm not that superstitious. But with the Jersey win rates last year, superstitious. This year, I'm like, well, the Jersey win rates don't really apply because we're doing so well, and I don't really see any trends. And where's my new curse? The new curse is the commentator's curse. We talked about that in the past. The commentator's curse, I think, may come to haunt us. But anyway, I have the avocado nut curse because I was eating avocado, and I don't know. Sometimes I think it's like, if I make this shot, Denver's going to win. And it's not even me saying it consciously. It's my the universe saying it. Like, and I thought, I mean, it was a long shot from the couch to the trash with the slippery little avocado nut, and it literally just cracked the front of the rim. And I was like, really? We're going to lose this game? I mean, they're up like 15. And then wouldn't you know it, I picked it up and I did it again, and I was like, okay, now this one for sure. If I make it and I got halfway, then there'll be a chance to win. If I miss, they're going to lose. Missed it again. So I'm sorry, it's my fault. The avocado nut curse. I'm kind of worried about Jamal Murray getting snubbed as an all-star now that I think about it. Like, I've gone back and forth. It wasn't until yesterday that I actually realized exactly how they choose the rest of the all-stars. So from my understanding, the starters are 5 of the top vote getters from the East and 5 of the top vote getters from the West. And among those 10, I believe, 5 of them are foreigners, which creates a problem because you can only choose, I think, 3 more foreigners. But yet you can choose, what would it be? 16 minus 5. 11 more from the U.S.? Give me a fucking break. If you're going to do world versus the U.S., why you don't do 2 teams? Son of a... Or 2 teams for the world, 2 teams for the U.S. You want to play real round robin? Boom. Do your little 8-minute games. Anyway, apparently the rest of the... Or was it 50% fan vote, 25% player vote, 25% media vote? And if you look at the charts from the results of the top 10, you see that Luka's number 1 in fan voting. What? Fuck you, Luka. God, he's annoying. I used to really like Luka. And, I mean, he is a cold-hearted assassin. He can shoot the cover off the ball. But, I mean, when he was trying to beat the... who was it? Who do they play in the finals? Boston? Why can't I remember? Or, oh my goodness, do I have to look that up? Whoever they were playing in the playoffs, I was like never a bigger Luka fan. And he was playing for Dallas. So whoever Dallas played, I assume it was the finals, I think. So it had to have been. It was after the Nuggets. So it was Nuggets, Boston, Oklahoma City, right? 2023, 24, 25, and now 26. So, yeah, it would have had to have been against Boston. But why was I rooting? Oh, because they beat Minnesota. That's why I became a fan of Luka. It was like, assassinate Gobert. Beautiful. Beat down Anthony Edwards. That's great. So, big Luka fan. He's obviously a good friend of Jokic's. But he is a shit-talking motherfucker, and I don't like his game. That's, to be honest, that's what I choose about players. What's your game like? Like, he's literally, I mean, he's got amazing shot-making ability, but it's to the point where it's so fucking annoying, and it doesn't even look good. Like, get into the paint, pump, fake back, come back, step around, step through, bump into the person, throw up a crazy shot, and every one of them fucking goes in. And wouldn't you know it, he gets 11 and a half free throws a game. So now I hate him. Where's that from? What movie is that from? Doc Holliday. No, I think what was it? What was that scene? No, now I hate him. Something like that. Yeah, that's how it is for Luka. And LeBron, he's done. He's done. I mean, still impressive at his 40-year-old age, 41, whatever. I don't know how much longer it's going to be until he can join his buddy Diddy in prison. That's what I see in his future. Possibly. But, I mean, if Austin Reeves was there today, it would have been rough, maybe. But if we're going to talk about the problems of the game, the rebounding is insane. Like, it's literally like JV playing varsity. Oh, we did talk about that. But what killed us also, like, we've been able to overcome that in the past few games that we won. But what killed us also was the missed shots in the paint. Bruce Brown missed like 3 or 4 little floaters. He did make 1 or 2, but Peyton missed a few. Zeke missed a few. Just easy shots that should have gone in, And we were getting stuck in those runs. There was like 2 runs in the second half of the Lakers, like a 13 and a 12 point. 12-0 and a 13-0. We just couldn't get anything going. And then when the Dimmer made a 3, Watson steals the inbounds, and we get another 3 from Aaron Gordon. I was like, 6 straight points, maybe there's a chance. But they just don't have the energy. They just didn't have the energy. You know where I see that most is in Peyton Watson. To be honest, Peyton Watson, he gets a little lackadaisical. Ladies and gentlemen out there, if you are the type of person to say lackadaisical, please stop. Because I'm not a grammar Nazi or anything, but it's lackadaisical. Look it up. Anyway, Peyton is the definition. When you look it up, you'll see his picture there. Lackadaisical at times. He just kind of, I mean, he needed to bring the whole bag today against the Lakers. And he should. He should want to beat his team. Not his team, but the team from LA. The team that we've beat so many years in a row. To show his defensive prowess on, although he did have a monster block. I think he had 2 blocks, but he had 1 that was legit against LeBron. That was legit. But there were just times where he wasn't creating offense, and that was the problem. Is Jamal's getting blitzed, and he's literally even driving through the pressure and then just dribbling around and like, who wants the ball? Anyone want to help? How is it that they don't set up those alley-oops? They should have a signal or something that's like, hey, Zeke, we're going to do it. Like, literally, I think Pickett was coming in from the left side of the rim for a short jumper. Easily could have hoisted it up for Spencer Jones and a dunk, who I assume can get high enough to catch an alley-oop and dunk. And yet, it was like, Spencer didn't even try. Like, how do you signal those guys? I don't know. I've never played on a team that just has high-flying dunkers. So I assume that if I'm out there and I can dunk, I'm going to dunk everything I can. So if I'm on in the dunker spot, literally where Spencer was, I'd be like looking at Pickett and just like pointing, give it to me. And then even jumping in anyway. And if he misses, you can grab the rebound or whatever. But Pickett just missed the shot. It's like, why are we not doing what they... I mean, the Lakers did it like 10 times. Granted, we got 1 good one from AG. But that was tough. That was if you watch it in slow-mo, they showed it a few times. That was a tough pass from Jamal, and it was definitely, the timing had to be perfect, and it was. But it seemed like there were so many open opportunities, and what are the Lakers doing? Just slamming everything. So I think we need some more alley-oops. Or some more forced alley-oops as intentional plays. Did I write anything down? Yeah, the no-dip assassin missing those 3s is really tough. So let's check out the schedule. We still have no comments. It does say 1 viewer. No, they're gone. Peace out. Yeah, we are not building much of an audience on this fucking show. Well, if you're watching this after the fact, leave comments. Actually, I don't even know if I see those. I can, but leave comments to tell me why this show is unable to flourish here. I feel like any opportunity for people to come together in a live stream and anyone can comment is a good opportunity because you can get your points out, you can argue your points and all these things. For instance, on any big show, you can't really say. That's what I love about DMVR is they're going to read every super chat. So you drop a few bucks, which, you know what? To be honest, guys, my advertising budget is getting a little low. I don't know. I'm in the 60, 70. Oh, don't tell the kids. 60, 70 range since I started this show. And I appreciate you guys reading those for sure. And today was very impressive because I literally left because I only can do 150 characters. That's $5. You go to 200 and it's like $20. And you go down to $2 and it's only 50. So the sweet spot is 150. And if you'll notice, every single super chat I give is 150 characters. I don't know if that's the same for everybody, but it is definitely how mine works. So I'm thinking I'm going to make some points today. Like I really feel, it would be one thing if I shouted out the Little Nugget show and we had 10 people show up. But I've done it like fucking 15 times already. What would that be? $75? Yeah, about right. And I think I've only gotten in total 2 people. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it is the opportunity to talk. If you get on any other stream, you can't get a word in, especially the big ones. So here's a small stream. You have every opportunity to make your points, argue, talk shit. I love talking shit. So talk about the weather, which is interesting. No snow this year. Very interesting. Big fan of global warming myself. I like the mild winters. However, the snowpack is looking a little slim. But enough about the weather. I mean, I pretty much went through everything in the show already, huh? I mean, for the game. It's just such a hard pill to swallow, the Lakers. So we got them. I assume, let's check the schedule, and then we can find out when we can meet those motherfuckers again, and with Jokic payback. We lost 1 out of 10 before this. They kept saying the commentators cursed, trying to bring it in. Well, Denver is 9-1 against the Lakers. Okay, well now they're 9-2. Thank you. What we established in the last show with the commentators curse is anything that has the potential for negative, if it's the opposite, don't say it. For instance, Jamal Murray is yet to miss a free throw this year. He's on an amazing streak as he goes to the line and misses. Okay, so you're throwing out a positive that if it's the opposite is a negative. That's creating the curse. The other way around is you can present negatives that if they flip around, so as, for instance, do it on the other team. Oh, such and such is a 90% free throw. A really good matter of fact, it happened tonight. 90% free throw for Smart, who doesn't look all that smart to me. He's a 90% free throw and he missed. That's the commentator's curse that we need. If it's a positive that if the outcome is the opposite and it blows the simplest example was when Jokic got hurt. In the pregame multiple times, the DMVR, or not DMVR, sorry guys, don't take offense. The altitude guys said, with all the people hurt, because there was several injuries, AD, CB, and Cam had just got hurt. So they're like talking about all the hurts. But it's good that we got Joker who has yet to miss a game. If you're watching with me, my wife, I was livid. I was like, no, don't fucking say that. Joker's yet to miss a game. He goes down at halftime. That's when it was solidified to me that there is a commentator's curse. So here's the answer, guys. Please, altitude, if you're watching. And it's not like I don't like the guys, but Marlowe, I think, does the most curses, and then Hastings is a close second. But what you got to do is not mention the good ones that flip. Only mention the bad ones that could flip for the good. until after the fact. So, say for instance, Jamal Murray hasn't missed a free throw all year, we'll say. He's 100% from the line. He's going for a record. Don't say a fucking word until he shoots his free throws. And then after he shoots his free throws, say, well, Jamal Murray is on quite the streak. He has hit 113 straight free throws. And then it goes off into the ether and everything's fine. You didn't set the curse up. Like, is it that hard to see? Is that hard to understand? Okay, I'm getting off the commentator's curse. Let's check the schedule. I type in NBA and I go, no. This is Denver Nuggets schedule. That's the trick. Denver Nuggets schedule. And then you click on NBA.com unless you know right where to go. And then you go back here. Ooh, we had two viewers for a minute. Apparently they got uninterested. And we share screen. And why does it always switch tabs? I wish it wouldn't do that. Let's go here and then there and back to here and trackpad it out. Okay, whatever. So we get to go out to Washington and bitch slap the Wizards. Oh, you know what? That's going to be tough. That is going to be tough, to be honest. Why? Because we just beat them. And it wasn't exactly handily. And they're looking for revenge. And we are looking bad. Who could possibly come back? You know what the best... I don't remember who said this. I feel like it was D-Line, actually. But somebody had to take that Jokic will come back earlier than expected and Cam will come back later than expected. And doesn't that seem so true? Like, I mean, you say, God, can you really be hurt that bad with the hamstring or whatever, with the calf, with the hyperextension? I mean, put some ice on it for a couple of days. You can get back at it, put a little sleeve, whatever. Until you see CB come back, and then he's worthless. And then you're like, oh, shit. But the problem with CB is that he tore ligaments in his ankle. And if he could do stem cells and what are those other ones? The peptides for sure. He'd be fine. I wish they could give him. I hope they do. These guys are beating up their bodies. 82 games. Are you kidding me? All the practices. Like that hit that Spencer took from LeBron was legit. Oh, I think I remember looking at this last game and it did not look good. So we have a three-game road trip, but it's another back-to-back flying from DC at 5 p.m. That's not a bad start because that's like 7 p.m. local. So they're going to get into Milwaukee at, what is that, a 2-hour flight? So they're going to get into Milwaukee at late, but they don't play until 9. It would be 8:30 local time, 7:30 for us. So that's a decent road back-to-back. But both teams are looking for revenge, and we just beat them. Can we beat them twice in a row? In the white jerseys, let's check our jersey win rates. What are the white... Now that you guys have learned, what are the white jerseys called? And it's the same for every team in the NBA. The white jerseys are called the association jersey. Oh, you know what? So tonight we played in blue. Icon, we lost at home. Before tonight, I had us at 7-1 at home in the blue jersey. 2-2 on the road. The white jersey is only 1-0 at home because for some reason we wore it once. But on the road is 10-5. So 10-5 gives us that 2-1 ratio that we love. It's all about ratios and win-loss. If you can get up to 2-1, there's a big difference between 500, which is 1-1, and 2-1, which is 6-6-7. Don't tell the kids. And then 3-1. That's 75 or 750. I don't know. For win rates at 75%. Your 4-1 is 80%. And 5-1 is probably like 83%. And then 10-1 is still, or 9-1 is still 90%. So the sweet spot that you want to be in is 2-1. Any 2-1 year is going to be a great year. So anytime you can win 2 games for every loss, you're good. And if we hold serve, I think we're 7-5 now without Jokic. So 2 wins would put us at 9-5, about 2-1. That's wishful thinking, because in reality, we were only 2-1 before Jokic went down. So a lot of people thought we were going to lose every game. And what is that going to be? 7 and 5 is 12, 13, 14 games. I thought he was going to miss 15. Oh, 15 would be the Memphis one. Okay. So in 15 games, I was saying we need to go 5-10 the day after Jokic got hurt. Now we're already at 7-5. So we've beaten the 5 wins. Can we get to 10? 10-5 would be amazing. But if we lose out, it's 7-8, and it's not all that, it's around 500. However, this is all assuming Jokic comes back for Detroit, because otherwise we're getting our ass kicked. Detroit's playing on fire. They're number 1 in the East. They're just going to come in and bitch slap Denver if we don't have Jokic or Val. Brooklyn, payback for us. We got that one. They're tanking anyway. But after that, it gets ugly. Clippers, dangerous. OKC, fuck them. But you know how that goes. Detroit again, then New York. Chicago's not going to be easy on the road. Then Cleveland at home. Memphis, we'll see how that goes. Clippers again. Blazers, Warriors, Celtics, OKC, Minnesota. Utah, Lakers. Okay, here's the one we're looking for. March 5th at home again. Okay, how many times do they play the Lakers? Away and have we already played the Lakers this year? Yeah, that's the last game. So we have 2 more games with the Lakers, 1 at home, 1 on the road. I think we're 0-2 then, because that means we lost to them. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I was like, look at that. First game of the year. Oh, no, wait. This goes reverse. So bear with me while we scroll down through. Why doesn't that work? The previous games of the season. It's crazy how they split these games so much. Do we play San Antonio? Oh. I remember that. Why don't I see the Lakers? Are we only going to play them 3 times? Yeah, because Golden State. It was my understanding that basically you play the West teams 4 times and the East teams twice. But maybe that doesn't always add up. Because from what I can tell, we're only playing the Lakers twice and we're down 1 game. So luckily the next 2 are split between home and away. And maybe we can steal both of those. Although I honestly don't think... Well, the upcoming schedule looks tough. Like I said, it's definitely tough. Tough. And it's definitely tougher than the second half. But who knows? We already beat Minnesota twice. Utah. I mean, with Joker and the team running on all cylinders, nobody's going to beat Denver. The only team that's going to beat Denver is Denver. With everyone healthy and everyone firing on all cylinders, they're too deep, they're too good, and they got too many options. So Denver can beat anyone. But they've got to get healthy and they've got to get on firing on all cylinders. I'm a little concerned about that stretch. What I'm concerned about is the worst is when a guy comes back from injury and he's not good. he's timid or whatever. I don't think Jokic is going to be that way. To me, he seems like he plays injured all the time. His arm is, what is it, his left arm or his shooting arm or something is always banged up. His wrist is trash. He plays hurt, and a little hyperextended knee, no offense. I've never hurt myself. Knock on wood. In all the years of sports, I've never hurt myself other than a broken toe in a high jump in 7th grade. But I do remember a guy on soccer team getting a hyperextended knee, and he had a knee brace. He had surgery. It was hyperextended, though. Why would you need surgery? Or maybe, I don't know, ACL, whatever. Speaking of ACLs, it was kind of hard to see Jimmy Buckets go down. You could tell the reaction of the players around him told you that it was serious. Like, they could feel it. They're like, oh no. Like, on each team, both guys are like, ugh. What's crazy is nobody goes to him. I feel like if I was on the court, I'd go to him and be like, all right, it's all right. We got you. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Or whatever. I don't know. I was an EMT for a while, so for a little bit, a short stint. Maybe that's what. All right, so we are back to no comments and one viewer. Awesome. What else is there to talk about the Nuggets? Without any comments, we can talk about nothing. And the viewer's gone, so ciao. It's crazy. Why did they show that? Don't be scared if you get on. The best times are when there's comments. So if you want some comments, join me tomorrow night at, what are we doing? 11 p.m. Mountain Time for the Grow Show with Flocka Watts. And that show usually gives us 3 or 4 viewers that can pump out 100 or 200 comments. So we have a good time. And I got some stuff to show tomorrow for sure. I got my video done. I did forget to take out the trash this morning. Like, the bet was placed 50-50, even money. Will I or will I not take the trash out? And despite being reminded and encouraged to take the trash out, I forgot. So if you had me not taking the trash out, you win. Jersey win rates, nothing there to talk about. So good luck, Nuggets, in 2 days again. And then the back-to-back. Or no, that is the back-to-back. Yeah, 22-23. Okay, cool. So let me calculate the time. 9 p.m. Thursday, I'll be back here on the Little Nugget Show. I appreciate you guys watching. And then 7:30 plus 4 is 11:30. Oh, yeah, tonight was 8. So I'm going to plan. I usually plan 4 hours from the start time. That gives the 2.5 hours for the game, half hour for the transition to DMVR. They do an hour. And unless it's a wild game like that one, was it Philadelphia or who was it? That game was wild. We had to start like a half hour later. But it usually ends up around there. So we're going to shoot for 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Friday. Those Friday night shows are banger. And then Sunday at 1:30. Uh-oh. You know what that means. The Nuggets cannot win in the daytime. They only play well after dark. That's another curse, isn't it? So I will be on my show at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Sunday, but they are tipping off in Memphis at 2:30 local time, 1:30 Mountain, and luckily it's not nationally televised. It seems like it's on only altitude. As are, so Friday is on Prime, but it's also on altitude. That's good. So unless there's a viewer or a comment, no, then I'm done. So thank you for watching this post hoc after the fact. If you are, give me one like. Can we just get one like? And one comment. And maybe YouTube will show it to 5 other people. Because seriously, the show only needs 5 or 10 people to be interesting. If it's just me spewing my nonsense, we burn out. So I got to bring your ideas in so I can burn them down. Or maybe you burn me. Who knows? Or maybe we just wallow in the misery of getting beat by the Lakers. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So good night, everybody. See you tomorrow on The Grow Show. And then in 2 days on The Little Nuggets. Bye. Fucking shit. Did I not end it? The clock's still going, so if you see me, know that my software broke. There's one way to find out. Total collapse, huh? Yeah. See, it's back. It says it's going. Motherfucker. In broadcast.